Cassidy from Cookie Cutters and Orem. I'm going to show you just a short, like 2 on the sides and then a little bit longer on top to do a comb over, to spike it up, to do a full mohawk, to have plenty of options. So I like to start by spraying the top down. That way I can eliminate all the bed head and I can see exactly where I want to go with the clippers. So I'm just going to spray it and comb it straight down. And I'm going to start with a number 2 on the sides. So I'm going to take my 2 blade and I'm going to start over on this side. And I'm just going to go right to his temples and follow all that around. Take his ear down. Same with this side, I'm going to hold his ear down.
He's kind of video game, so when you see him jumping, it's not because it hurts or tickles. He is just having fun.
Okay, now I'm going to start to blend it. That just helps when I get to the top. It's already mostly blended. So I'm going to switch to a number 3. I'm going to get a wide tooth comb. And I'm going to start over on the same side again. And first I'm just going to take the 3 up just a little bit, right above that too. And then I'm going to hold my comb out, straight up, and go straight up his head.
And what does the comb do?
The comb makes it a little bit longer, so this is a 3, and if I put a comb there, it makes it a 4. So if I hold it straight out and I have my comb on my 3 and hold it up, then everything I'm cutting would be a 4, which would then blend it easier to the top. So I'm going to hold this up, go straight out. I always push the hair forward, so I'm not cutting anything from the top. And then over on this side, I'm going to go pretty high in the back because he has these 2 cowlicks right here that we want to take short. So I can take this 3 up pretty high back here. But then same thing, holding the comb out like that, and then just going right up against the comb. Taking it out. And then I'm going to hold it up this way, still keeping this bottom part right on the 3 and holding this part out from his head. And over on this side, just the same thing, holding that comb out. Bringing the 3 up a little bit. And then holding the comb up. Okay, once I get to this point, it's mostly blended, but the rest of the blending I'm going to do once I know what length I want on top. So I'm going to leave that and then do the edges next. So I'm just going to take his little sideburn off. and make a circle this way. And then hold his ear down and make a circle this way. And then come straight down from that circle, connecting it to the back. And then same thing on the other ear. Once I have both sides done, I'm going to have him look down so I can connect it in the back. And Tyler, I'm going to have you look down for a second, okay? So can you pause that for just a second? Perfect. I'm just going to go straight across his back and connect those two sides that we did. Perfect, thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna do the top. I'm gonna blow this hair off of you. I'm gonna go through and wet the whole top. I like to have it pretty wet, and then we'll go through and dry it after that.
What's the benefit of having it wet?
Just so that most of it is when you cut hair dry, it just falls right into his face and it gets everywhere. So if it's all wet, it's more in pieces and you can kind of control exactly where you're cutting because they all clump together a little bit better. So I'm just gonna start in the front and we're just gonna trim off like 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna take this up and just cut it straight across. And when I get to these corners over here, you'll just kind of round it out a little bit. And so instead of holding it straight up, I'm going to hold it off to the side a little bit so that it blends to the sides.
How's your video game, Ty?
Good.
Are you winning? Mm-hmm.
Ooh. What do you?
And I'm going to come to the side and hold it up like a mohawk and make sure it's all straight that way. And then I'm going to cut it straight across in the front. Sorry, Tyler, I'm in your way. And I'm just going to point cut it a little bit. on this side. I'm just gonna take this corner off. He has a little bit of a cowlick right here, so I wanna make sure it all blends together. Okay, and once I have the length that I want on top, then I'm gonna go through and blow dry it. Then I can see all the pieces that I want shorter, but it's hard to tell when it's wet, so I'm gonna go through and blow dry it all, and then I'm gonna go through and take all these cowlicks a little bit shorter and blend them to the length that we want in the front. So first, I like to put some mousse in it. It just helps with the styling.
Doesn't matter what kind of mousse.
It doesn't. Just any kind of mousse just helps keep the blow drying in place. That way it already looks styled once it's blow dried. Okay, once it's dry, we can see all these spots right here that we missed. So now I'm gonna just do the same thing I did before, take my 3-blade and my comb, and I'm gonna take all of these pieces shorter. So I'm gonna hold my comb out, put my end right on that length on the sides, and hold it straight out, and take this whole corner off. And same thing over on this corner right here. So I'm gonna hold this out. Take my comb. And over on this side, just to blend this corner in a little bit more, just do the same thing. Just hold this out a little bit. And now I'm just going to check the other side, make sure that this side is blended how I like it. Perfect. Once I get to that point, I'm going to take my comb and my shears again. And sometimes, because I just took this short, sometimes there's a little bit of a spot like right in this area between this length and this length that isn't quite blended. So I just like to hold this up right here, and I can see this length, and I'm going to cut everything in the middle so that they blend together. And I just do that along this whole back area.
This is so hard.
Okay, and once I feel like it's blended how I want it to be, I'm going to take my thinning shears and go through the back cowlick and the sides where I blended it, and then just right in the front so it's not straight across when he doesn't style it. So I'm going to switch over to some thinning shears, and I'm just going to have my same comb and just hold it up and just do a couple snips along this cowlick. You want to make sure that you're always just doing the ends so you don't make any holes in his haircut. And then just right where we blended it over here. And then just hold this out and just get those fronts a little bit. And then this side where we blended it. Okay, and that's it. We just cut his hair, and now I'm going to show you how to do like a mohawk style. So I'm going to take the Johnny B Dope. It's a pretty strong gel, and I'm going to start by just taking like a dime size on my finger, and I'm going to put it all over my hands first and make sure that his hair is dry so that it will stick to his hair. And I'm just going to take it and put it all over. And you can keep it like that and do more of like a messy look, or you can take a comb and comb it straight up on each side and right in the front, so that's more of a clean mohawk look. And the great thing about this gel is that if you do that and you're like, I don't really want like the mohawk, you can just comb it all straight down, and you can comb it to the side if you want. You can spike up just the front. So with this gel, you kind of have a bunch of options, and you can always just change it up if you want to. It's super easy to just comb through it, and it will stay wherever you put it. It's going to stay that way. So
How long do you have before it dries? Like a couple minutes?
Yeah. It doesn't dry super crunchy anyways, so you could still like put your hands through it, but you want to make sure that you get it how you want it, and then leave it alone for a little bit before you do anything else.
I know when I style his hair, I can actually style it 4 or 5 days before I wash it, and it doesn't look,
Yes.
you know, white and crunchy or anything.
Exactly, yeah. It won't get crunchy or white flakes or anything. Yeah, it's a great gel for kids.
Okay, maybe let's style it in a mohawk so that it, you know.
Okay. Let me put a little bit more. Okay, always add some more in there.